guys, so I thought I'd come on here and just do a quick video of me get ready with me video. So let's see, hopefully this video won't cut it off. Okay, so first I'm gonna go in and do my eyebrows with my Tattoo Studio pomade in the color deep brown. Just gonna grab my thing here, do eyebrows, grab my mirror, and just set it up there. Just make sure it doesn't fall over. Okay, so I usually like to do my eyebrows before I put any primer or anything on my skin, so that it leaves the skin matte and the color comes out more pigmented on the eyebrow area, and it's not as oily from the primer. So I'm just following in the shape of my eyebrows, just matching the shape and then filling it in, just taking my time and doing this. And I usually like to go darker on the eyebrow area, this end part here, just to fill it in, look a little more full since my eyebrows are thin and I do have missing spots on it. And then I just fill in here, and then I like to take whatever's on the brush left over and just quickly do a thin amount on the front. Then I'm just going to take my spoolie brush and just brush that up into the brows. And I usually like to go a little bit more longer on the front so it looks a little more faded into the eyebrows. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just follow the shape of my brows at the bottom. Do the same thing at the top. This side eyebrow always ends up coming out thicker than my other eyebrow, probably because it's a little more fuller in the eyebrow shape than this side is, as you can see. But once I clean it up, I'm gonna make it a little bit matched with my other side. So I'm just gonna fill this in. Okay, and then I take whatever's left on the brush, go really lightly in the front, and just fill in that space there. And I will be going in obviously with my spoolie after, just to make sure that's nicely blended into the brows. Just gonna go like this, blend the brush up, the brow hair up. I am missing a few spots at the bottom here, so I'm just gonna make sure I go upwards with the brush and try to fill in that space. Okay, so there you go. And obviously you could see the differences between my eyebrows, which is very annoying, but once I conceal them, I'll try to get them about the same size. So I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Infallible concealer in the color 390 Cedar, and I just take some of that on the back of my hand, oops, and drop it on the ground. Just gonna pick that up quick. Okay, and I'm just gonna take my flat end brush and I'm just gonna clean up my eyebrows. See if I can zoom in. No, I cannot. Okay, just angle you guys down a bit more, and then I'm just gonna clean up this brow here. And then I just blend the concealer downward. Did my eyebrows. I will be posting up the video for that. So let's start on my makeup look. Before that, since I've done my eyebrows, I like to just go in with my face primer. Everything's just falling on my hands. I just like to put a little bit here, and I'm using my Smashbox. See that? Smashbox minimizing pores photo finish, and I just like to take that where my acne scars are and just try to blend that into the knee scar area. And yes, I do have a lot of breakouts because my skin is acne prone, so I do not have a smooth skin like some makeup artists do. Mine is very bumpy, indented. I also like to go in with my Stay Matte Rimmel London, if I can talk. Makeup primer also in this area because I do get very, very oily throughout the night. And I just rub that into this area here. And then do the same thing on this side. Pretty much wherever my T-zone is. So here, here, and especially on my cheeks. So I always make sure you gotta get those areas. That I have those areas nicely primed. Okay, and then I rub it into the skin. Okay, I am not a pro, so if I'm doing anything wrong or have any tips concerning indented acne scars when it comes to makeup, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So we're gonna create a purple look to go with this shirt. Because I'm going out, I'm gonna go in with my Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsession palette. Looks like this. So we're gonna take, I don't have the color names. I don't think they have names for these colors. Okay, anyways. So I'm just gonna take, the darkest color in this palette. Oh, and it's not focusing. Create a purple look with my Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsession palette, and I'm gonna go in with the darker shade here, which is this color right here. And I'm gonna take that on a fluffy brush right at the corner of my eyelid here, and I'm gonna do circular motions and take that color and blend it inwards towards my corner part of my eyelid. And I'm gonna do the same, just add some more and just go back and forth. Make sure I pat it into that area that it looks like it's missing. And I will be doing a cut crease so that you guys can see. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Pat it into the edge here, into the corner, and then pat this here, and then blend it together, back and forth. Okay, and then I'm doing circular motions on the ends here just to get out the edge. Blend out that edge, sharp edge there. Oops, you can see. Sorry, my mirror just keeps moving. I keep jamming it. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with another fluffy brush. Sorry. And I'm gonna take this pinky purple shade right here, and I'm gonna make sure you always tap out your excess. And I'm just gonna use it with the smaller mirror so I can get up close, make sure I'm not blocking my lighting, and I'm just gonna pat that on the edge of this purple shade here, the dark purple shade I just added. So I'm blending it, tapping it in first into that shade. Then I'm just gonna go slightly in circular motions and blend that upwards towards the eyebrows and the outer corner here. Then I'm gonna do the same thing again. Just add a little bit more because I feel like there's nothing here. Don't worry, if you feel like you blended out that dark purple shade, you will be going back in again to get that pigmentation back. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Blend out, tap out your excess, tap it in first on the edge of the purple, dark purple, and then you're going to go in circular motions and blend it upwards towards the eyebrow and outer area here. So it looks like that. Then we're going to go back in with our dark purple brush. Go back in with that dark purple. I'm going to pat that in. And pat, 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 pat. And then you're going to blend it upwards. As I was saying, towards that lighter shade. Okay, like so you could still see that dark and light purple. And I just like to go in with a little bit more just to deepen up that darker purple. And I'm blending it out towards the light purple. Then I'm just going to take whatever's left on the light purple brush, go back in to blend in those two colors and blend out that edge. So it looks a little bit like that. So I feel like there's a bit of a gap there. So I'm just going to add a bit more here and then blend it upwards towards that lighter purple. Take the lighter purple brush, just back and forth pretty much. And there you go. As you can see, it's like fading into that light purple. Oops. Now we're going to go back in on this side with the dark. Am I using the right brush? I think so. Dark purple. And I'm going to pat that in. And then blending it out. And you're blending it towards that lighter purple. Don't forget to do your inner corners here so it looks like it's joined and it's nothing breaking in between. There's no gaps of shading, and so you can see it. And as like I said, there's a bit of a gap there. Just add a bit there and then blend. And the lighter purple brush, not taking any other excess to it. And I'm just blending that edge of that dark purple and the light purple together. So you have that nice cohesive blend together. Then we're gonna go and cut the crease area here. Okay, and what I like to do is just go on the lid area here just to map out. Then my little secret is just look up and then it marks out where your cut crease should land. I usually like to do mine a little bit higher since I do have slightly hooded eyes. So when I open my eyes, only a little part of my lid shows. So I like to go a little bit higher, just so that that color that I put on my lid shows. And I'm just taking my time and mapping it out. And then I just go in back again and just clean up those lines, make sure they're straight. And then I go down and blend it in, pretty much fill in that space with patting the concealer into the eyelid. And I'm going in with the shade 380 Pecan in the L'Oreal Infallible concealer. And I am once again using my flat end concealer brush. And if you're looking for a non-expensive concealer, like brushes that aren't as expensive and still good quality and will last you a while, I've had my brushes for more than a year, and they're from Amazon. I have a few that I got from BoxyCharm, but it was just like the 4 that I have, and that was it. But most of my brushes are from Amazon. I find the Best Taupe, if you can see that. I don't know if it's gonna focus. The Best Taupe. It's like BESTOP brand on Amazon is really good quality brushes. And once again, I'm just gonna stamp that on the lid, look upwards, and it'll map it out for you. It's a little trick, or you can do what they're doing now on TikTok and using the eyelash curler, which would probably be a lot easier for you. Just use that, just put it on there and stamp it onto the lid. It is a lot easier compared to having to follow this and make sure your lines are straight and it looks good. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so there we go. There's a cut crease. And I'm just trying to make sure that both sides look equal enough. So I feel like this side is a little bit higher than this side. So I'm just going to go a little bit higher over here. So there you go. So a little bit more sieve. And they look a little more matched. Then I'm just going to go in. I'm trying to figure out what color I want. I think I'm going to try this color right here. I haven't tried that color yet. So I'm going to take that on a flat-ended brush, which is going to be this one. And I'm just going to take that and put that on my lid. I'm going to probably mix these two actually, because these two are really cute colors. This one's like a little more chunkier than the other one. So, and this one's more of a shimmery shade. Okay. I'm hoping I don't have to wet this eyeshadow. Okay, looks like I might have to mix or wet my brush. Okay, maybe I'll try this one first. Okay, so I'm actually going in with that middle shade color, purple shimmery shade. It's just popping up a little bit brighter than the other one is. And I'm going as close as I can to where the top of the cut crease is. And blending it in on the eyelid. I find with these shades you kind of need to use one of the eyeshadow colors underneath for it to pop a little bit more. Or maybe I think if you probably try wetting the brush, maybe try, let me see if I wet the brush, if it makes much of a difference. Okay, I'm gonna try wetting the brush with my spray here. Okay, and I'm gonna just make sure my brush is not as wet. And then I'm just gonna go in on that eyeshadow and then add it back again onto the eyelid. So it's about the same thing. It's not much of a difference. I just don't like how it's leaving my lid looking very creasy looking. Like, you see that creasy look? I don't like that. So let's see what I can do. Maybe add that other shimmery shade on top of that shade and see if it makes much of a difference. I just don't like how it looks on my eyelid. My eyelid is very creasy, like very bumpy. I don't want it to look bumpy. Okay, let's do it on this side, and I'm gonna pat it into the skin instead of like what, I don't know what I was doing earlier, but I'm patting it in. As best as I can. And it looks like it's very, what happened here? It's like big chunks went on. I'm just gonna wipe some of it on the end of my hand here. Blending that, patting that in, patted it in. It's a very pretty color. I just don't know why it's not working with me. But that is the color. I'm thinking maybe to add, so I'm gonna add this purpley shimmery shade on the end of it, just so like it looks like it's like blending it into the other shimmery shade here. And I'm just taking a little bit on a fluffy brush, taking my small mirror, going on the end, patting it into that shimmery shade. Patting it. And I'm going on a slight angle when I'm blending it in, because I kind of want it to look like it's like, ooh, there's like a little bit of movement with the eyeshadows blending together. Then I'm just gonna go in with my fluffy brush again on that dark shade. Make sure you tap out the excess and take it on the end and blend it inwards towards that purpley shimmery shade. So it looks something like that, and I'm gonna take the light purple, I'm not taking any excess, and just blend out that edge of that dark purple. Looks something like that. And I'm just gonna slightly add a bit to the front here, that purple, so it doesn't look like so clumpy in one area. There we go. So it looks a little more blended. Then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Take that shimmery shade here, the shimmery purple. If you haven't seen it, looks like this purple right here. And I'm just gonna take that on the end here of where that light shimmery pinky purple meets the dark purple, and add that shimmery shade. And I am patting this in to the skin. Oh geez, sorry. I just kind of went, my chair is pushing backwards. Okay, and again I'm doing it on an angle, and I'm patting this in. Okay, so it looks like that. And I'm going to take that dark purple in the brush, take it on the edge of here. Try to blend it into that shimmery purple. And then take that light fluffy brush, the light purple, blend out the edge of that dark purple, and there you go. Then all I'm going to do now is add a quick liner using my NYX liner, which I cannot open. Sorry guys, just give me a sec. Cut this open quick. It's a brand new liner that I'm using from NYX called Final Liquid Liner, if I'm saying it right. I'm saying this name right, but I'm hoping so. In the color black. Oh my gosh. Oops. Everything's falling down. Anyways, so then I'm gonna go in with this liner and make sure I don't get my long eyelashes in the process, and do my wing liner. Sure I fill it in. Do a thin liner here, and then a bit thicker here. Add a bit more. And I'm just gonna fill in that space. And if you missed what my liner name was, I will be posting in the comment section. Sorry, in the description of the products that I have been using. And I will be cleaning up the bottom of this eyeliner and eyeshadow area, so it looks more clean and sharp. Okay, so you guys can see on the bottom part there's still eyeshadow there. Don't worry, I will fix that. So I have concealer still at the bottom of my on my brush here. I'm just gonna take the concealer brush and just take it on the edge and just clean up that area there. And then I do the same thing on this side. So it looks nice and clean. Then we'll go in with, where's my beauty liner? I'm just gonna blend out the edge of that. I will be going in after, once I do my foundation, and I'm gonna go in with my Fit Me in the color, Maybelline Fit Me in the color 335 Classic 10. Just gonna take that and blend that onto my skin. And I'm just gonna go in with my foundation brush, and yes, I already put on my face primer. I'm just gonna pat this into the skin. And I will be doing concealer under my eyelids, so that area that looks a little bit darker, it will get covered. Cover up my dark circles. And I do not use a lot of foundation on my skin. I just use a few dabs and then I try to blend it into the skin And make sure I always get down the neck. And then take whatever I have left to the forehead. And make sure I blend that into the skin and into the forehead area, into the hairline. And just make sure that's really blended, even on my nose top. I'll make sure that's blended there. My bristles. Okay. Alrighty. As we do that, now we can do our under eye. So I'm going to do the under eye in my color Cedar. And I'm just going to take that under the eyelid. It's right here, corner of the eye, down the nose, at the side of the nose. And under a little bit. And then again, once again, I like to add just a little bit on the nose bridge. Make sure I don't get it slanted, which I think I did. And then get some more. And do the same thing here, down the side of my nose bridge, under the eye, corner eyelid, and on the side here. And I also like to add a bit here and here, here, because I do have some dark spots. And then in the middle of a piece of the forehead here. And then I'm just going to take my fluffy concealer brush, pat that into the skin. Just making sure it's getting right under the eyelid here, so my hair don't get in the way. Okay, and then I just blend it like this way, downwards. Just push this all the way to the temple area. Make sure that's blended downwards. Do the same thing for the other eye. Make sure I blend out my nose bridge. I feel like that's centered. That's okay. Once I do my dark concealer, my contouring, it will fix it automatically. So I'm just do the same thing, pat it into the skin with the fluffy brush. Try to blend it downwards, under the eyelid, as close as I can, and upwards here, and then blend it downwards. Here, on the nose bridge, to my smile line. Okay. And for the chin and the forehead, I usually just like to use a beauty blender because it's a little more of a bigger space to work with. So, and then I'm just gonna, I know I look crazy. Blend that into the skin and go into my beauty blender. Blend that into the skin. Okay, so it looks a lot more brighter. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with my MAC 24-hour smooth wear concealer in the color NW53, and I just like to add a bit of this to the front of my nose here. Make a little V, and on the side of my nose, on my cheek area here, and a little bit here on the edges, even though I have my hair, and down my jaw to give my jaw a little more of a snatched jawline look. Then I go in with a fluffy brush Then I just like to pat this in first onto the skin and then blend upwards. So it gives it that shading and sharp line too. Then I just blend upwards towards the temple. Right here. Shading there. And then do the same thing here. Tap, 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 tap into the skin. And then just circle motion. Blending upwards. Okay, and then do the same thing, but down the jaw here. I want to get at that sharp shape. So as you can see from, this is before and this is after. See, it gives you that sharp shape, that squared jawline shadowing that the contouring gives your jaws. Like that. And I'm going to do the side of my nose. I usually like to use a smaller, fluffier brush if I can find it. Oh no, where's my small, fluffy brush? Oh, here it is. So I usually like to use like a little angled brush. And it's fluffy, so it blends out the color very smoothly. And down the nose bridge here, and then back up on the side. And gotta make sure you blend it out so it doesn't look like you have a big brown spot on your nose. As you guys can see from the camera, you can already see the difference with my nose shape, how thin it looks with the brush and the concealer. So if you can see it looks a lot more skinnier. Then I like to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me finishing powder in the color medium to deep, and it's a very light color powder on my skin tone. So I just like to take a little fluffy brush. This is just a set under the eyelid and the nose bridge and under the other eyelid. And this is like baking almost. Gotta make sure I get all those areas. And here. And then I'm just gonna take a quick fluffy brush, because I don't like to leave it on too long, because then I feel like it gets too like cakey looking. I'm just gonna blend that out. Make sure it's blended into the, blend it out, and not looking so cakey looking. And there you go. Let's put that out and then blended this out here. Okay. I don't like to leave this part looking too white looking, because then like too cut kind of thing. So I'm just gonna go in with my blush brush, with the fluffy brush in the MAC blush. It's like a shimmery blush, and I'm just gonna add a bit, quick, just tapping it into the skin, and it already gives you that natural highlight already onto your skin. And I always like to blend it up to the temple area, and then just a tad on the nose tip. I don't like to add too much highlighter onto my skin, because then I get look too cakey, and I guess too shiny, because I do get oily throughout the night. Then I'm just gonna quickly get my lip liner, and I'm just gonna go in with the NYX Suede Matte Liner in the color Vintage, And I'm just gonna line my lid. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with these two colors. So I have the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color 30, which is called SEOUL, and then I have this other lighter shade, which is the color 39 from my girl that is doing lip glosses. So I'm just gonna go on the edge, outline that lip liner color. Just making sure I fill in the edges. Then I'm gonna go in with this lighter shade. This is also a matte, so it looks nice in the center. And then I'm just gonna go and try to blend the two colors together. And I love matte lips, especially now because we have to wear masks all the time, so it's like the perfect type of lip combo for me. So this is my purple eye look. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys want to see any other eye looks for me to create, leave a comment or a color of what kind of eye look color you want to see next, or lip color for me to try. Okay, so guys, see you guys later. Don't forget to check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. I will be leaving a video tag, so you can just press that next the video up here. I'll leave it right up here so you can go and check it out. All right, see you guys later. Bye.